Um, she wanted me. Okay, if you're on, can you let me know? Minutes till I switched over off of another live and realized there was waiting, so I went ahead and popped on real quick. Okay, let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, let me know if you can hear me now. Hey. Hey, Karen. So, I mean, I have the iPhone 17, that thing, receiver or whatever, and a couple mics. I think when it's close, I don't need it. If you're hearing me okay, just give me a thumbs up or let me know that you're hearing me okay. Okay, let me know if you can hear me now. Hi, Traveling Whitcombs. How are you guys? Thank you for joining me, and I hope you're having a wonderful day too. So, I mean, I have the iPhone 17, so I'm not going to use my mic, receiver, whatever, and a couple mics. I think when it's close, I don't need it. If you're hearing me okay, just give me a thumbs up or let me know that you're hearing me okay. So Karen, as long as you can hear me that good in Australia, we're good, right? And Traveling Whitcombs. You guys, thank you for. I need to turn that down. Sorry, Traveling Whitcombs. I'm not sure where you're at right now. I saw something on Instagram, but I've been sick. I've been out of the loop since Sunday afternoon. My husband had a pretty bad cold, and he kept telling me it was sinus, and I started getting a sore throat, and then I lost my voice, which happens because I have my tonsils still. They were supposed to come out many years ago when I was 7 and my best friend was 8. We were both supposed to have our tonsils out, and hers ended up being an emergency thing for something, and she almost hemorrhaged to death. So my parents said, okay, you don't have to. It scared me. I never had mine out, thinking I'd outgrow them. But I went to the doctor today, and I have ringing in my ear since I've, this side more than the other, but they're both there. And my doctor wants to put tubes in my ears. I'm like, at my age, no, I didn't have tonsils out at 7. I didn't have tubes in my ear about that same time either. I've had a lot of ear problems. I get earaches really easy. So, anyways, so welcome. So I'm going to catch up on some comments. You're in Wisconsin. Okay. The missus gets to pick. I like that. So do you have, since Wisconsin, are you going south then? Well, thank you. I have vintage rings. This was my great aunt's, and that's wedding ring. This was my grandmother's, my mom's engagement band, and my mom's wedding ring. The last one, she lost one, so I wear a lot of old. I have a lot of old jewelry. So, but thank you, Karen. Yeah, I'm looking down at my iPad. It's easier. They flash so fast up there on the iPhone that it's easier for me to just pretend I'm on the chat too. And then I can chat sometimes too. So, so I see 4 of you on here. Please go up, and it looks like probably have, I see 5 likes. So, like it. Yeah, I'm trying to grow this channel, you know, like we all are. So, and I haven't been able to, I was supposed to be going to Quartzsite, like, by the 9th or 10th, and what's today, the 7th? That's not going to happen probably for at least another week or 2, and I might even postpone it until February. It gets so crowded down there. I usually make RTR. I do a Dutch Oven Divas cooking competition with Sisters on the Fly with 100 other ladies. Not everybody competes, but about 70 of us do. And there's 3 categories of meals and dessert and side. It's main, side, and dessert. I love cast iron cooking, but I'm just not up to it. I'm exhausted. So I'm not planning that yet, but I might wait till after the big tent and the RV show. I'm always down there for all that, and I think I'll wait until February when it's a little quieter. The big tent will be down. The RVs will leave to go to another RV location show. So I might just go do some camping then. So anyways, well, thank you. There's a couple other that messaged me that said they'd be on here. So I'm not going to do a real long live. I figured maybe 20 minutes, just sort of chat. I kind of want to chat about some upcoming trips that I have. And I don't know, Karen, with you being in Australia, but our big mother road over here is Route 66. And I'm just glancing down at the comments every once in a while. And so this is the 100th anniversary. Excuse me. I brought really hot green tea with me, and it's finally cool enough 5 hours later that I can drink it. It's got honey in it. So, but it's the 100th anniversary, and I want to do it with one of my vintage groups. So, you have a ring that's similar? That's cool. And so I'm hoping between June and September, I'm going to do a 3-week trip on Route 66. But I also got some other things. And this morning, a vintage trailer rally up in Idaho sent me an invitation to one that's going to be in May. I was driving. I saw it flash on the screen. But I want to say like the 16th through 9th. It's 4 days. You set up your trailer. They want vintage. Last year it was like a hippie vibe. And then the year before it was like rock around the clock. But this one, it's your favorite destination. So you decorate your vintage of something you like. So I could definitely do Colorado. Not that it's my favorite, but I could do the mountains. Or I could do like Utah, do Bryce or Zion. But so anyways, I'm going to try to go to that and get some of my local gals here in Sisters on the Fly that still have vintage trailers. You have to have a vintage. You can't have a vintage look trailer. You can have a vintage van, motorhome trailer, truck camper. They have to be a 19, they say this year. It changes every year. I want to say it's 76 and older because it was 70s. So yeah, but anyways, that'll be fun. So Milwaukee's nice. My niece, so where are you in Wisconsin? So my niece from Idaho 2 years ago moved to Wisconsin Rapids, and I absolutely love it there. I've told her I wouldn't mind having a summer place there. Not a winter, but summer. You're getting married in Colorado? Oh, cool. Well, I'm on the western side. I'm on the Grand Mesa. I'm west of the Continental Divide, you know. So I'm still up high though. Our house sits right under 8,000 feet. This house, we've actually been as high as 9,000 feet on the same road. But yeah, so it's nice. We're actually got our house for sale and we're looking to move lower elevation. Oh yeah, here's Rai. Come say hi. I forgot you. Yeah, this is my Rai. This is my 6-year-old blue heeler who has a channel with me. So it's all about Lil Ruby, our vintage trailer. Put it in 4-wheel drive, honey. Put it in 4-wheel drive. And Rai, my heeler, and she was 4 months old when I got Ruby, so she's grown up with Ruby. So the channel is all about what we get ourselves into, Lil Ruby, Rai, and I. So, and if I do this with my glasses, there are readers on the bottom. I didn't bring readers, but it's real glary. So, we're about 30 minutes from Twin Cities. You're western. Okay. Oh, I know where Lake City is. I love it there, and I love Creed. Actually, we're going to sell where we're at and downsize house. We're actually looking at a piece of property that's between Lake City and Creed for like a hunting just place to get to in the summer and go to. Yeah, I think Route 66 will be a lot of fun, and then the Vintage Trailer Rally too. I see them pop up there, but I need to look down here. And then the Vintage Trailer, there's like 28 of us on a text, and everybody's answering this text now. So I don't know if that affects my camera here with you guys seeing that pop up, if that's what's going on. Yeah, congrats. So cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I got married in Colorado too. But I'm on my second marriage, and I actually got married the first time in Colorado, and I lived in California. And I went to Ouray, Colorado, which they call the little Alps, you know. Very pretty. It's rimmed with 14,000-foot peaks. And we went up to the amphitheater and got married the first time. It didn't last. Yeah, so of course. And in Colorado, I don't know, it was at least with us, you say your own vows. So we didn't even have to, John and I, both my marriages, but my husband now, we went up to a point and just said our vows to each other, and that counts. So if you're interested in that. So yeah, it's a nice state. I left Southern California. I grew up in the Sierra Nevadas near Bishop, California, ski town, and left in '89, and then went back. That's when I got married in Ouray. But I didn't come here first. I was coming here, but I had a job offer in Oklahoma City for 9 months. I was a police dispatcher, and I was doing real estate. So I was doing both, but it's being a fairly new, I got my real estate license in '88. So I was doing 2 things to make a living. Sometimes 3. I worked in a supermarket too, in the plant, took care of the plants, just in the florist part. That's what I was doing. But anyways, that kicked in around Christmas time, and then they kept me for a couple years around the holidays, but it was just seasonal. But anyways, yeah, so I went to Oklahoma and I did a temporary job. So, let's see. Well, that'd be nice. Those YouTuber meetups. I was going to go to one in Q, Quartzsite, the 19th, but I don't think I'm going to make it. I got sick. I'm about 2 weeks behind. I'm in the process of buying a new tow vehicle that'll tow Lil Ruby. I sold my truck when it turned 100,000. I put a lot of miles on. I bought it during COVID, new 2020 F-150, and I want a Super Duty F-250. So, gotta save my pennies. And when the house sells, my husband wants a new 4Runner, and I want a new Ford. So, and yeah, so I'm just, waiting. I'm able to pull Ruby. What I have right now is my Jeep. I wouldn't tow out of Colorado with her, not even Moab, which is 90 miles from where I'm sitting right now. it's 90 miles from Grand Junction, so I'm down in Grand Junction. Don't knock the camera, honey. Come over here and say hi to the people. But anyways, yeah, Karen, well, you know, do you follow Lisa Wanders? Does that sound right? I mean, without getting out of all this. I follow quite a few. You know, my best friend here, my best friend in the world that lives in my town is from Australia. She grew up on the Gold Coast. She's been in Colorado. She met her husband. She came over to visit her sister in this town I'm in right now, and met her husband. They got married on New Year's Day. They would have just had 50. She's older. She's 12 years older than me, but I just adore her. I love her accent. And, but anyways, they got married on New Year's Day. They would have just had their 53rd, but Dick died of a brain tumor 4 years ago in October on Halloween. So it was 4 years. And so she's a widow now. But greatest lady. I mean, you think she was my age. You know, she's just a go-getter and stuff. And I just love her accent. So, but yeah, we've talked about coming to Australia. I told her I don't want to do it this year with my Route 66 trip. It's just too much, because I actually have a trip through 4 states myself that's going to hit hot springs. It's going to start in Colorado, go to Utah, Idaho, and Nevada. And because it's C for Colorado, U for Utah, I for Idaho, and N, it's called CUNN, hot water. And we're getting hot springs, and we're going to be gone weekend to weekend. And if the Route 66 with the vintages is going to be in June, then my trip is going to be in September, or they're going to get swapped. So, yeah. So I don't need a big trip somewhere out of the country right now. I would love to go. So I think next year we're going to Australia. So I won't have my vintage, but I'll definitely look you up. But yeah, let me see if you answered that. Oh, I'll give her, yeah. It's Rye, so her name's Ryan. She's the female. So I have her brother too. He doesn't travel. He gets car sick. And I only had her brother the last 2 years. My friends and I each took a puppy from the same litter from where I live, up on top of the Grand Mesa up there, and the hills behind me. And 2 years, 4 years, they came to, well, we went to their house for Thanksgiving. And they asked if I'd take their dog while they went to work in Japan for a year. I said, sure. And I said, then you get him back. And they said, well, why don't you just keep him? So I've had him 2 years. But he was a ranch dog. He herds. She's spoiled. I mean, her job is being part of an awesome YouTube channel on, she has a YouTube channel. She's Lil Ruby, Rye, that's her, and I. And so, but he's herds. They had yaks. They had, which were mean, a couple cows, 4 yaks, 2 or 3 cows, pigs, sheep, and goats. And so he was a working dog. He wasn't even in the house till I took him. They had an indoor-outdoor room with a doggy door, and he had a heated bed. I mean, he wasn't abused, but he was a whole different thing. He doesn't travel. If he was in the car right now, every car that would come towards us while we were driving, in fact, he broke my friend's windshield. He hit the windshield so hard, he has to attack him. He's a whole different personality. So he's a home dog. He's the watchdog. She's spoiled rotten. So, but yes, I'll give her. I love on my dog all the time. So, anyways, hey, John. Hey, thanks for checking in. We've just been going over some stuff. Thank you for sending people over here, too, from your live. And when this one ends, I won't be talking because I'll be driving home, and I will be losing my voice. But I'll jump back over to yours and listen in while I'm driving home. Yeah, I know you're working, and you're doing your driving job, your gig work. I wasn't up to it today, so no Instacart for me today. I had a doctor's appointment. So that's John, Karen, and Traveling Whitcombs. He's a channel I follow, and he really supports my channel. He's got a live going on right now that's quite a few hours, but he does gig work, and while he's driving around, he goes live, and so we all hop on, and I get on it when I can, if I'm not busy, and do an hour here or there. But yeah. Are you having a good day, John? I wasn't on yours. I barely got on his right before this. I was on there maybe 5 minutes. So are you doing good today? Instacart's been slow. I turn on the app, but I haven't done any. I'm not up to doing gig work right now. I don't have my energy back. So it's kind of slow. Yeah. That's what everybody's saying here with DoorDash too in Colorado, that it's slow. So John's back east in North Carolina, right? I follow somebody from South Carolina too, but you're North Carolina. So, and he does DoorDash. And so I do Instacart. So yeah, North Carolina. Yep. I know that. I questioned myself for some reason. I had my microphone on, John. You'll appreciate this because of the last live. And it's too much. It's like feedback or something. It's crackly. So I took it off. I think everybody can hear me okay. My voice is kind of coming and going. About an hour ago, I wasn't sure I could do this, but I stopped at Love's and got more hot water, and I brought more tea bags. I didn't bring honey, but I'm sipping green tea. So, and I added to some green tea that I already had in here from like 5 or 6 hours ago. So it's drinkable now, but yeah. So anyways, you're in Melbourne. Okay. So Karen, how far is that from the Gold Coast? Because Julie's from the Gold Coast, and she keeps saying, I got to take you to Australia and see the Gold Coast. I've looked at, I'm really good with our geography. I mean, that was my thing. I'm very good with geography of the United States and Canada, and Alaska. I mean, I've been all over the United States, but I don't know Australia very, very well. So I know it's a big country. So, but anyways, yeah, I figured I'd run this maybe to 1:30. So if you guys have to come and go, I think John had to get off. Oh no, there he is. Yeah, I got readers at the bottom of these sunglasses. I forgot my other ones at home. As long as I read on the iPad, I'm okay because it's bigger. But I haven't had any appetite for like 3 days. And this was one of my Christmas presents. I'm eating hot cocoa drizzled popcorn. I don't know where John got it. Probably Home Goods. It looks like something from Home Goods. It's non-GMO. Anyways, it tastes like hot cocoa. I don't really have much of a taste. I haven't got that part, the cold. I'm on Dayquil. I would be a lot worse, believe me. I brought some of the capsules with me, and I took one about an hour ago when I thought maybe I can't talk, but it's helped. And then I guzzled a whole bunch of tea when it was still pretty hot. Kind of burnt my throat, but it feels better. And there was enough honey still in my cup, so. Okay, John, thank you. I was rambling there, so thanks. I'll be on yours if you're still on here. Yeah, so you're in summer when we're in winter, Karen. And that's what she's always saying. We'll leave some winter and we'll go there she wants to go for like 5 or 6 weeks. That's a long time. I would miss, 2 weeks I could probably do. We've hardly been separated at all. I mean, this dog goes with me everywhere. So more than my husband does. So, if I'm traveling and I got Lil Ruby, my vintage, she's with me. So, anybody else still on here? So yeah, back to Wisconsin real quick. My niece moved there from Idaho, and the only thing she doesn't like is the tornadoes. And she works nights at McCain's is it Stevens Point? It's not her town, it's the next town. I went back there for her closing. I was had handed her off as a realtor because she was looking here. And I says, I'll hand you off. I'll get a small commission out of it, but I'll refer you to a realtor there. But she wanted me involved in the deal, so I went to the closing. I helped her move. My present to her was paying to move her furniture through U-Ship from Idaho to Wisconsin, and she just had to meet the truck, and then she took off and drove from there. I flew in. She got to town. They let her in the house at night before the closing, and she brought a sleeping pad. I brought a sleeping pad because we actually got there. It was supposed to be one night before her furniture. It was 3. I just brought a backpacking thing on the plane and a small sleeping bag, and it was April. of 2024, because it's almost 2 years. So beautiful. And I kayak. Oh my gosh. Right there behind her house is a river. I forget the name of it. So I haven't been back to kayak because when I've been back there, I've been traveling with Ruby and haven't had the kayak with me. So I am going to plan on, I'm hoping to go to Route 66, which will start in Chicago, downtown Chicago. I will take an extra week and go visit her first. Probably leave my kayak there, do Route 66 all the way to LA, and then come back to Colorado, and then I'll go pick up that kayak later. She actually wants us for Christmas, so we would drive out and, you know. So anyways, I have a couple of kayaks. So now my daughter-in-law, well, I married a guy with 3 teenagers when I married John, so his kids are now 30s. We just did 20 years in September 15th. But Ashley, the daughter-in-law that lives here, makes these. She makes all kinds. So we're constantly getting, this cup's probably from 5 or 6 years ago. But I love it. It's just the right size for tea. This is my tea one. And then I have a bigger one for coffee. But she makes these. She does any design. So, yeah. So, anyways. Well, you know, we got 6 minutes, and I'll end this after that. Yes, I follow Traveling Robert too. He's a kick, and I actually reached out to him to see if he was doing it with a group. You know, he's doing it himself and now he's got that new RV. I have followed him all through every RV. He had when I first found him, he had that first one, the pull behind, quite a few months already, so I caught up with all his stuff. He's a hoot, and I actually have met him last year. He was in Quartzsite last year, 2 years in a row I think he's been in Quartzsite. But yeah, and then he was traveling with his mom recently. I love that, because when my mom was alive, before I lost her, she loved my little vintage, and she would have loved to have done Route 66 with me. I wouldn't have done a 3-week trip with her. I would have done a condensed version. I basically have done Route 66 since growing up in California. I've done it backwards. But that route was intended to go get out of the east, you know, the Depression, the Dust Bowl in Oklahoma. My dad was involved with that because his family followed Route 66 out in the 30s. So 10 years later, my dad was born in 39. And so, yeah, my mom was born in 40. But they left Arkansas, went to Oklahoma. The Dust Bowl was going on. It'd been going on. They couldn't make a living. They loaded up the sedan. My dad was one of 6 kids, and my grandpa and grandma and my mom, my grandma's grandma, my great-grandma, all went to Central California for Route 66. And so growing up, I was in California. We'd done all the California, Arizona, all the way back to Missouri. But I've been in Chicago and stood at the start, but I wasn't there with a vehicle. I actually took a train there with my friend from Australia a couple years ago to go see a friend of hers who was in a nursing home. And so we went and saw her before she passed away. And we stood downtown on the sign. But yeah, I am so looking forward to it. I've been planning this for 3 or 4 years. So hold on, Ray. So thank you, Karen. And I know so what time is it there right now? So we know what time is, I knew it was going to be early for you. It'd be fun. You know, I'm a small YouTuber, but I think it'd be fun to have a bunch of YouTubers on Route 66, you know. So my goal, my immediate goal is to get to 500 subscribers. And by the end of the year, I want 1,000. I'm putting that pressure on me, and I am trying to post every single day. I did Vlogmas, and I started Vlogmas with 89. I wasn't real consistent because when I started this, I actually wasn't worried about getting monetized. But you know what? I'm on Social Security now, and it sucks. You can't make a living. I mean, you can't. I want extra. And so I'm not getting real estate sales where I have big commissions coming in. And I do gig work, but that's just for me, and I spend it on the grandkids and, of course, my dogs. And so, yeah, I want to get monetized. So my immediate goal as soon as possible is get 500 subscribers. And then by the end of the year, I want to, wait, you're not a window, you're like a door. Um, but I want to get 1,000 subscribers and start getting monetized. Might as well. I really enjoy doing this, and I want to give up the gig work and just do this. You know, I think it's fun. So I really enjoy it. I'm not a craft person. I don't do crafty things. I love to buy vintage thrift stuff, and I love to decorate, but I don't make things. And so this is my creative outlet to me, and it really is. I mean, I get so much enjoyment out of creating videos. So they're not very good, I know, but you know, I'm learning. I know, and I saw that you did. So yes, yeah, you know, it's encouraging when I see newer channels do it, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna post every single day. So lives are part of that. I'm gonna try to do at least a live every week, maybe 2 a week. And I've been trying to do them in my vintage, and I'm too far from the house, and our Wi-Fi extender is not, it's horrible. John was on one with me the other day, and they couldn't even understand what I was saying. I took the mic off, and we realized it was actually glitching from the internet. So, no, the Wi-Fi. So, most of my lives, I want to do some like he does, and I have an extra cell phone, and I have an iPad, but it's too big for my dash. But if I could do the live on the iPhone that I'm doing now and read the comments on this somehow, I actually, well, I don't feel like it today. Maybe if I come down again this week, but I want to go to Target. I saw a really cool mount that I think would mount on my screen and would hold this so I could not read in drive, but it's hard if you're doing a drive and live. You know, you want to look down, like that's what he does when he stops. He catches up on stuff, or he stopped at an intersection, he'll read a comment, you know. And so, but yeah, but anyways, so I want to know, what month are you guys getting married here in Colorado, in Lake City? Oh, she adores me, Karen. She really does. We are so close. I've had a lot of dogs, but this dog and I are, it's puppy love. I feel the same way. I just adore this dog. She's just my soul dog, you know. So, well, thank you. Appreciate that coming from you guys. So thank you. Karen's a small channel too, so you check out her channel too. And I like to help others. You know, I'm constantly joining other channels, and I like to comment. I think that's what I started to say. I did Vlogmas in December, and I either did a live, a few shorts, or a video every single day of Vlogmas. And then at Christmas, like, I don't even want to end this. So I rolled that over into a daily challenge for 75 days. But I'm actually just going to call it Daily Journal, I think. And I'm just going to keep doing it. And it might be, sometimes it might just be a really quick short. I wasn't feeling good. I had 3 or 4 videos from the weekend stacked up, so those all posted the last couple days. They're nothing great. They're just some stuff I got for Ruby for Christmas. I don't think the quality's very good. I'm waiting on a new ring light, so when that gets here, I think my videos will be better again. I have a broken one, but I asked for a replacement, and they had me ship the old one back before I got the new one to prove. And once they had a tracking number, they shipped the other one. So, oh, well, thank you, Karen. And you are too, and I need to play catch up. I actually caught up on a few this morning, but I want to go to the start of your channel and watch them all. And I try to do that with everybody. I've watched a lot of yours. And wait, comes, what are your first names? I know it's on I've seen it on, but I'm drawing a blank. So, but, I mean, I'm Janine. Everybody calls me Ruby or whatever, but I'm Janine. And of course, the trailer is Ruby. And everybody knows my ride. Yeah. And so I'm on the channel, but Janine is my name. So I appreciate the support. I really do. I think, you know, it's a fun, I don't get a lot out of Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I made a new channel for this just a couple weeks ago, and I need to post on it every day. And I'm following probably 300 people. All these people are following me, so I follow back. But yeah, I do like Instagram. I said Instacart. I like Instagram and I like YouTube. I'm not big on Facebook. I got burned out with real estate and it just, I don't know. I got spammed a lot and just, it seems like a worse thing. Okay. You're Brandon and Ashton. Okay. All right, cool. Now I know. So, but yeah, and I need to catch up on a lot of yours too. It was the holidays and we had company. I thought I would do more, and I was so focused on me posting, I got way behind. So, yeah. Well, I can't wait till you'll have to let me know when you're here. You might get a surprise. No, I'm just kidding. I could, actually, if the house sells, we'll probably own property closer to Creed, but it's on that Lake City Road. Sounds like you probably know the area. So we have friends up at Blue Mesa and friends in Uray, and I've always loved all that in between. Uray's okay, but I wouldn't want to live there. And then Gunnison area, Gunnison's okay. We looked up there, but Blue Mesa Reservoir we like to get to for fishing. And our friend has a cabin there though, so we don't need to have a place there. I mean, he has a cabin that my husband helped build, and we have free reign of it. When he's in Texas working or not here, we can go. So we don't really need our own. So I want to do something either Lake City to Creed, somewhere on the road between them. So yeah, the holidays are, you know, Brandon, yeah, it kind of got me behind this year. Probably this, and I was so focused on this. That's all I wanted to do was be on YouTube, but I was posting and recording and deleting and then recording again, and I'm trying to up my game. I did make an intro, what do they call it? Intro and outro, or intro. I don't know what the ending is. And I'm going to change them with the seasons, but I want to just kind of put there's pictures that flash up. So all the January long form videos have those on them. The lives don't. But I thought what I might do is take a screenshot and start putting that on the January. I want to do something different for January. I'm not real good about getting on and saying, hi, I'm Janine. So my intro says that. I forget because I just start talking. Sometimes I'll be walking like down to Ruby and I'll say I'm Janine and I'm going to do this, you know, but very rare. So I thought it was better if my intro covered that. So, hey guys, I appreciate you guys being on here with me. I thought we'd have a few more, but I am excited for anybody I get. I will share your channels. I already do. And please share mine. Send your friends my way. Even if they don't like the content, I just want to grow. And you really have to get the word out. And I've realized that. That's what Vlogmas did for me, because I went from 89 subscribers to, hold on, 135 this morning. I get so I've had 40 subscribers since the 1st of December. So one a day, average, and, you know, another 10, so plus, and it's not the 10th yet. So yeah, I'm getting one a day. So I notice, you know, if my content's not good, I don't get as many. So I'm really trying to grow. So oh, you better get that date right. Just kidding. Okay, cool. Huh, awesome. October up there. So my friends just got married well, my friend Julie from Australia, her son's a pilot, lives in Phoenix, and they didn't go there, but they went to Gunnison and got married October 3rd. Beautiful. Oh my God, it was a beautiful venue, and the river, the colors, the prettiest wedding. So fall weddings. I picked a fall wedding too. And we had pretty colors, but yeah, but yours will be gorgeous up there. So, well guys, I won't keep you any longer, and I do think I'm gonna lose my voice. It's cracking now. And I'm actually gonna get on the road and head home, and I'm gonna put John's on just to listen in. He's fun to follow. He goes in and out of shops, but he keeps a dash cam on and everybody talks. Of course, I don't type while I'm driving, but I listen, and he's talking and he'll comment on the comments, and I'll go back on there and say, hey, my live's over and I'm driving home, but I'll listen in. I basically got from here an hour's drive to get home. So, and it's supposed to rain or snow tonight, so I do want to get going a little bit. But Karen, you enjoy that heat. Did you ever say how hot it is during the day? If you did, I can look back. Yeah. I mean, you were complaining on your little compressor one that didn't work, how hot it was. Thank you. It was nice chatting with you guys, and have a great day. Do you do lives, Brandon? If so, I need to catch some of yours. And Karen, do you do lives? I don't think I've caught either one. If I do, I will start watching for them. So, Rye, is there anything you want to say? Want to say bye for now? Say bye. Yeah. I'm just looking at the comments real quick, and then I'll end this. So, because I did ask some questions. So, but thank you again for being on here. And Karen, yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. So I know from your videos you have an apartment too. So you're not full-time. I'm not full-time right now either, but I have been. So oh, nice. And that's really beneficial because you can do it a different way. I'm having to do this a whole different way than you get to do it when you have 1,000 subscribers. And sometimes it works great. I found it works great down here at my house with limited Wi-Fi. I'll be on my cell phone, and we're Wi-Fi assists for the signal. We can barely see the cell phone tower, and we're the last person on our road that has Wi-Fi. After that, you'd have to have Starlink, which I'm going to go to once we move. I just didn't want to mess with it here, but I'm going to get Starlink. I think that would be better. So, all right, guys. Well, fun chatting. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every person that checks out my channel. So if you have anybody you think might be interested. Okay, you too. Well, you can do it sooner, and there's a way. And John's actually the one that showed me that, the driving daily. He's the one that told me. I knew about it, but I couldn't get it to work, and I was doing something wrong. So he walked me through it, basically, and it worked. So, so yeah. So now I do them, but it's not the same way you do it when you have 1,000 subscribers and you get the invite through YouTube. That's a whole different way. I'm doing it on my iPhone with the little, at the bottom, there's a little plus sign. When you're on YouTube, there's a plus sign, and you hit that and you go to live, I think shorts. You can post from there too, but I know, we'll get going, honey. But that's how I do it. And it's real simple to set up, but I can totally walk you through it. So. All right, I'm going to say bye for now. I'm actually going to let her out and do another walk before we leave this park. And then the interstate's right behind me, Interstate 70, and I've got an hour drive home. But I see clouds dropping to the west, so I'm going to get on the road. So, okay. So, I'll say bye for now. Thank you. Have a great 2026. Take care.